Jane says she can't get on. Can you see if she's got a pending thing?
I don't see her, but I know the link worked for everybody else. So does she want to try dialing in?
I'll send her a text. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't work.
Has she updated?
Sometimes if you don't update your Zoom, the whole program, then it won't work.
Somehow Jane seems to have a lot of tech issues, so I don't know. I'll send her the thing again.
Send her the telephone number and the meeting ID.
Or yeah.
Do you want me to text her that?
I mean, you certainly can. I think Dan's messaging her maybe, but you can do that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I wonder, Dan, if she tries to jump on, is she doing it from a browser, or did she download the program?
Probably from the browser.
So I wonder if she goes to Chrome to do it versus like Safari, or we have to deal with so many
nuances. I know I've been on 3 different meetings today with 3 different browsers. So it's like, Zoom is one way, WebEx is another way, Cisco is something else.
Oh gosh.
Do you see her in the waiting room?
No, unfortunately, that's why I'm staring at her, waiting for her to jump in, but she's not here. So
maybe she's on a wrong link. I don't know.
have my participant.
I just sent it to her.
Up on the window, so if I do see her jump on, I can instantly add her to the group here.
Right now, there's only 6 participants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I sent her the info. We'll see.
Well, we have 2 of Dan, so there's actually 5 of us.
Oh, that's
I'm at home, so I can type in the chat because I can't do it on my phone.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started because we have Andrea here, and I don't want to hold anybody up, and I know you have to get to the planning board. So again, since we're recording this meeting, I'm gonna go ahead and start over. I call to order this Historic District meeting today, September 14th. Pretty much we're going to go over the agenda, which is not too much. We had a application come through for 11 Maple Street. Andrea Hogarth's contractor had submitted it. And Andrea, we'll talk to you in a second, but pretty much she's going to strip and re-roof, and she has to rebuild her chimney and remove and replace her fascia and gutters, and they're just going to match the existing. So, honestly, in my opinion, it sounds like it's just a swap, and it would fall under the non-applicability status. But if anybody wants to chime in, or Andrea, if you could talk a little bit about your project and what it is that is going on, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, does anybody have questions first before that I can answer, or before I start my little narration? Basically, I guess there's nothing really. What has happened is all the things that were mentioned by Deborah have outlived their useful life, as my contractor tells me, and of course, yes. So I need to just to keep the value up of my property. That's my first start is top and going down to the bottom. So so we're starting with the roof.
Yeah.
So shingles are going to be the same color. They'll be a little darker, of course, because everything that's faded and everything else will be the same. Nothing is changing other than upgraded material.
Perfect. So on your application, it says you're going to have a hunter green shingle, and you're going to use antique bricks to match the existing, and aluminum gutters to match the existing. So again, I think in this situation, in my opinion, I don't know if anybody else has an opinion, but it sounds all well and good, and that's no big deal.
Sounds fine to me.
Sounds good. Good luck getting another 100 years out of your shingles.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Do we need to motion to accept this as non-applicable, or are we all good?
I think we probably should, since we're in a meeting. It can't hurt anything, and make a vote, and then I'll put everything in viewpoint so it's updated.
All right. So I motion to approve Andrea Hogarth's roof as non-applicable.
Second it.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Ruth.
Ruth?
Yeah. Yes.
Janice? All
Yes,
good?
I agree.
Dan, you're all good?
Yep, I'm in favor.
All right. And that's
Thank
that.
you very much.
Yeah.
Deborah, mechanically, how does this work now? Does my,
Dan is gonna just push it through, right,
Uh-huh.
Dan? You'll push it through on your
Yeah,
end.
I'm
So whoever
Doing
else
it as we
needs to-
speak.
Yeah, whoever else needs to approve it in the town.
I think building is okay.
So-
What my building is already okayed, I guess, from what my roofer tells me. So I'll just tell him then that
Hang
it's
on.
by you and let him worry about it.
Dan should be able to see, right?
Yeah, we're having a problem scrolling.
Or maybe he
Hang
said
on.
they didn't have any questions, but maybe they're still.
I think, yeah, so the district, I'm going to push it through and we'll issue you a certificate of non-applicability since you applied. I think we should close it out.
Mhm.
The building permit, I stopped, but will now approve it. Actually, the Board of Health flagged it because they need a hauler's license for the company he's using for the dumpster. It looks like he responded.
Okay.
So I think they're taking care of that. So my guess is that'll get resolved. Yeah, it looks like he responded today.
All right.
Um,
That's pretty much it.
yeah, so then the building department will issue the permit.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Great.
Well, it sounds like we're ready to go. And
Good
spend some
luck,
money.
Andrea.
And spend some money. Well, I'll probably be back in a while after we get there. No, I don't have to have it paint. You don't have to approve the paint, right? No, I don't have to.
No, we can't dictate
All right.
colors.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks for
I
jumping
want
on.
to drop out. Thank you.
All right. Bye now. All right. So, basically that was the only project, correct, Dan, that's come through?
Sorry, I can't unmute.
Okay.
Yeah, the only other thing, we got the application for a building permit for the roof on the Historic Society at 15 Hastings Street. I emailed you
Yes.
just to
Did you see my
double check the
message?
dates.
I mean, I had thought that we had said that was, was going to fall under the non-applicable status here, where it was just a replacement crack roof, and then everything's pretty much the same with that.
Right.
Right.
Aren't they already doing it?
Yeah, they are. So I think we had
Oh.
already moved to let that one go.
Mhm.
But I was looking back at my notes, and it could have been that we had talked about it when there were 3 of us and not a quorum. But I'm pretty sure that we had talked about it when we had a quorum. So
Yeah, I just wanted to
yeah,
comment the proper thing. If somebody looks at this in 10 years,
yeah,
the data's there.
yeah.
you know.
That's fine for sure. So that's all set, and then basically, the last time we had met at the hearing, Andrea had suggested making some modifications to the design guidelines. So I think, Dan, what we could do is I can just send you along. I have from before when we had sort of looked at the Grafton design guidelines, they have a whole page of resources that we could pretty much mimic at least closely. So I can pass that along, and maybe we can add that to the guidelines, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, I think my only suggestion might be to maybe work on stuff and wait, because technically we'd have to have a whole other hearing. So I don't know if we want to spend all that money right away. But maybe start like a running list of updates, and then in a year, because I'm sure there'll be a few others that are going to
we
come
can
up.
go ahead and ask. So it's not, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's, I see.
There may even be an opportunity to combine and do like a joint hearing at some point. Like
That's
Historic has to do something.
Another thing I noticed, Dan, when I went on the website, it still shows as a draft. Will that change? Is there a way to undo
Oh
it?
yeah, that's probably just because I haven't
I
entered any such things.
figured, and I know you have so much on your plate, so I just
Can
figured.
you email me and remind me, and hopefully I'll leave it in my inbox and I'll take a look. I probably never went back and updated it.
I absolutely can. No big deal. And then other than that, so we'll go ahead and worry about adding any sort of extra language about hardship and then the resources and all that stuff. And maybe in a year, we'll have a nice pile of information that we could go ahead and add to the guidelines. But for now, then I'll just take some notes and set that aside and, you know, touch on it then. So moving on, I know Jane's not here, but I know she had mentioned wanting to expand the district. And I had gone in, I think it would be nice to see North Ave a part of the district, but, and you know, in other areas too. I know I thought about Washington Street, but there really aren't that many houses on Washington Street. This is definitely a conversation for another point, but I don't know what everybody's thoughts are on expanding the district or just leaving it for now. Ruth or Janet.
I think one of the issues would be to talk to people who have older homes to see if they'd be interested in being their own district like Jane.
Yeah.
Well, I think there are 2 or 3 on Washington Street.
The one on the corner, I don't know if that falls within the district there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Joyce Gilmore's.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the address?
And then there's Condon's house.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen to that one.
I have a picture of Condon's house that goes way back.
Yep.
And then there was, well, now Hackinson's have put an addition on, but Broom's house, that's a historic house.
So maybe I just didn't know if the rest of the street, because I was thinking there were probably like 5 houses on the street, right?
Yeah. And then next to Condon's too, that, and I don't know who owns it now.
I don't know.
There could be like 4 at least.
Yeah, 4.
Do you have to do a whole street, or could you do like a quarter of a street?
If we did the beginning of the street, that would probably,
yeah,
you know, like the first quarter mile. Honestly, they're probably all right.
I think you can do individuals.
You can do individuals?
Like Jane did, you can do an individual house, I thought, but
well, I know you
Jane
can do an
Lynn was no
individual.
more.
I was just saying, can you do like a quarter of a mile up the road or something?
To kind of try and keep that area looking.
Which would really be fascinating with the condom house being part of that, with whatever the new development might be, if it's in a historic district.
Oh, good point.
I don't know, but anyway, it's just something to consider. I don't know how that would work.
It may.
Research some of those houses. And
so I honestly, so right before this meeting, I pulled up, I didn't have the time to do Washington, but I pulled up North Ave, and how, in terms of historic, is it 1910 and prior, or is it 1900 and prior? I know I should know that.
I think it depends on what you use.
How do we define it within the commission?
I don't know if that's really that set in stone. I think it's more about significance to the town.
Okay, so I went back, and so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 30 houses on North Ave that were built, you know, the majority of them 1900 and earlier, and some of them are like 1925 or 1910. But that's a lot of houses on the street, not be considered a part of the district, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I know there's other houses around, you know, some on Providence, some on Blackstone, some on Misco. And maybe in that situation, maybe we can sort of go through and, like you said, maybe make it more house specific. But I think in terms of streets, maybe Washington and North Ave. Just a thought. When we get to that point. And I honestly don't even know how we would get to that point, and that kind of brings me to the operational needs of the HDC. So Dan, I don't know if you know, I know you've got 10 minutes, so I figured before you head out. I don't know if he can hear me. I don't think so. Oh, he's texting.
What is the question?
In respect to the operational needs, where are we at? So Dan's messaging. He says we do have our $500. Okay.
Whatever the budget was, I don't remember exactly, but we got that.
Okay.
But I think our only expenses, I think, were potential hearing notices.
That's it. And then any sort of mailing.
I think adding to the district probably is going to require maybe even a subcommittee. I wasn't involved. Maybe I don't know, Janice,
Well,
if you were.
Yeah,
was a
what
lot
we
of
had
work.
to do was, we had to go house to house and talk to everybody, and then have a meeting, and then get it, and then you have to get it on the warrant and all that, get it all approved. So it's quite a lengthy
Yeah,
process.
it's definitely not something.
Yeah.
So again, and we can talk about that, at another time, maybe when we have more members here, but just something to think about. Definitely, if it's a lengthy process, to slowly, as time goes on, maybe consider adding on to that.
Yeah, because you have to also include the histories of the houses that are, considered
Right.
important.
How do other towns do it if they have houses kind of spread out? I mean, do they do more than one area?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, honestly. So we'll have to kind of research that and see what the other towns around us are doing. The more the more farmy historic towns, and where you have a town like Grafton, all the houses are right there in the center, and we're definitely.
It's just like what Jane did, though. You can make your own historic district.
Yeah.
So each of the houses could become their own historic district within Mendon.
Right, which is definitely interesting.
But then there are other historic houses within.
Oh, I think Jane is joining us right now. Jane.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Frustrating.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why.
I don't know. I clicked on the link
Mm-hmm.
on the agenda,
Yeah.
and that didn't work. So I went to Google and I typed it in,
Mm-hmm.
and the agenda came up again, and I clicked on it, and it didn't work. And I thought, okay.
Frustrating. I
So
know.
here I am.
I don't know. Maybe like your browser or something needs an update. I know sometimes.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I wish I had answers for you. I'm definitely frustrated by all of the.
I mean, I did this all the other meetings and never had any problems, so I don't know what's going on, but anyway. All right.
Well, anyway, so we basically, Andrea Hogarth came on and we talked to her, and she's doing her roof over. So we moved to accept her roof as a non-applicable certificate there. So
right.
That's all set. And then we're sort of discussing the possibilities of expanding the district. And
right.
I had gone through before the meeting and counted about 30 houses on North Avenue that are, the majority of them are 1900 and prior, and some of them go up to 1925, and then we were talking about Washington Street as well, and the process and how we would go about that. It's definitely something.
I know the commission is interested in doing that, because I've talked to Kathy and Lynn.
Okay.
They want to expand, especially North Avenue, I think. So
okay.
I think maybe meeting with them might be a good idea as well.
Yeah, I honestly, I wasn't a part of the committee at the time when you had put into place the district, so I really don't know how to go about that. So we'll definitely.
Right. Well, they do, and I think they want to bring it up.
Okay.
So I think they're looking to expand the district.
And then in respect to individual houses, we were talking about how there's probably maybe 4 or 5 houses on Washington that would be sort of applicable in this case, but maybe not the whole street. So how
Right,
would
well, I
you?
know Chanel might.
Mhm.
Okay.
So they were basically saying you can take one house and make that a part of the district and then not
Right.
necessarily the whole street. Sorry, bye Dan.
Yeah.
Dan's texting, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did, obviously. So,
Okay.
once we have a district exactly done.
Okay.
So, it's not the favorite of the Mass Historical Commission, but they will allow it once
But it is
once
possible. Yeah.
yes, once a district is established.
Yeah. So Dan I was talking about the house on the corner of Washington and Hastings.
Gilmore's.
He said it is in the district. I thought maybe it was on Washington Street, but he's saying it's.
Oh, no, it's Hastings Street. It's
Okay,
Tracy
perfect.
Hastings. That's Joyce Gilmore, the Gilmore's house, yeah.
Yes, I love that.
district.
Very cute.
So.
All right. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know if you're in the historic commission, right, Jane?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
Not
okay.
anymore.
Okay.
I'm president of the Historical Society.
Oh, okay. Dan is part of the commission, I think.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
I can talk to Dan and see if he wants to kind of bring up that possibility of expanding the district at his
I
end.
can bring it up.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, Janice is on it.
oh, Janice, you're on it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you, I don't know. So if you could bring it up, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. And then kind of see
And
what
I know,
your thoughts are.
and I think the other thing is, were we thinking of maybe for the November annual town meeting or special town meeting, I should say, trying to eliminate people having to fill out a form for things like having their roof done or having a house painted or something like that, which was when the whole thing was presented.
Yeah.
Initially, was they indicated that would not be an issue. It's only if you change the exterior structure of the house or want to put an addition on or something like that. So I don't know. It's something to consider anyway.
I'm definitely open to considering it. I think that Dan's point, Dan's still, he's still on. Dan is saying Andrea chose to do the form but wasn't required to do it. So that was, she chose to do the form but wasn't required. Yeah, I don't know what he's trying.
Because she was on Elm Street, maybe? Why was she not required to do it?
I thought he said she wasn't required.
He's saying if she didn't, we would have probably approved it. I don't. Oh,
Sorry.
I'm talking about her joining.
Yeah, so
Sorry, Dan.
under the exemption, I think, like, if that just came through as a building permit, I would have emailed you all and said, hey, this came through, and you guys probably would have said, yeah, it doesn't apply, good to go.
So that's what I was saying to Dan by email. We were talking back and forth, and I had said, well, she doesn't even need to attend because in this situation, after reading the permit, we would just pass it along and give her a certificate of non-applicability.
Right.
So I think that if we go and we change something, to Dan's point, we would have to do a hearing again if we change something within the guidelines.
Well, I know that we're thinking of having, we're going to have to block, the 1 and 3 Maple Street painted.
Okay.
Hello. And
What did you just say?
We're David and I have to have 1 and 3 Maple Street painted, the block, where Danny's Variety, et cetera, used to be. Rebecca's, that building needs to be painted.
But you don't have to pull a permit to paint a building. So I don't know that
I know it. But we have to paint our house. But according to the law for the local historic district commission, I have to fill out a non-applicability form.
For
For both.
painting your house?
Yeah,
But the historic commission doesn't care what
Yeah,
color
we
your
don't,
house is.
how would that work? If
well,
we?
I know,
Okay.
I know it, but it says in the law, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay, so Dan is texting, messaging, and he's responding to you. He just can't chime in, so he's saying that may actually be by law technically. I think that's a problem with the bylaw being vague.
Right.
Okay.
But the bylaw says you can paint
Okay.
your house whatever color you want.
It does, but you still have to fill out a
But you
form
still have
letting
to
the
do the
local,
form.
the
Okay.
historic district commission that it's being done.
Okay. So
according to
maybe
the
we need to
bylaw.
work on the text
Really?
in the
Oh.
bylaw.
And I think
Yeah.
probably that might be eliminated
Yeah.
at some point,
Right.
you know. And
Yeah.
also having
Yeah.
the roof done,
Right.
you know, having
I
a roof
agree.
replaced. or
If you're
something
not
like that.
changing the actual structure, then you really, you know what I
Right.
mean? I
Right.
think
Or
though
you put-
when you do a roof, because you're pulling a permit, by default, anybody who pulls a permit and you're in the district, it's gonna flag it and it's gonna get sent to us. So,
Right, well, that's fine, that's fine.
but I
You know,
definitely
that's
agree
not-
with you that if you're painting it, it is kind of silly that you would have to fill out that form.
Especially
Right,
since
I
the
think-
bylaw says it doesn't make any difference what
Exactly,
color it is.
because
I
we're
know.
saying we don't dictate the color, but then there's must be just opposing language that,
But you have to read all the non-applicability
right,
issues or
right,
whatever.
right.
But you still need to fill out a form saying, yes, I'm doing this, but it's non-applicable. So,
Yeah.
Maybe there's
You
a
know,
way.
it's
for
Also,
we-
maybe that's one of the things we that you live in, once you live with something, you know how to change it then.
So I
Right,
think,
that's
so
right.
to Dan's point, because what I was saying earlier was that during our hearing, Andrea Hogarth had brought up, you know, her concerns with the guidelines, and she wanted more language regarding hardship and some useful links in respect to grants and whatnot. So Dan's texting, but yeah, so to Dan's point prior was that if we take about a year and we sort of compile a list of issues that we see along the way, and then
Right.
in maybe a year we go and we do a hearing and we address all of the issues. That way we're not having a hearing every time we want to change one thing. So we'll kind
Right. Now,
of keep
Did we-
a list and keep going with it. Dan is
did we
currently.
have any feedback?
What's that?
Did we have any feedback from the public hearing feedback modifications, et cetera? Was there any feedback from that?
I don't believe so.
I mean, that's on the agenda, and I apologize for not coming in, but as I said, I
No,
did
you
what
don't
I've
have
done
to.
every time and couldn't get there, so anyway, sorry.
So we didn't really have feedback. I was talking about the feedback during the hearing. I wanted to kind of
Okay.
address Andrea's feedback that she had given us, her concerns about the language and everything. But then Dan chimed in and basically said, let's wait a year. And I think that makes sense. I didn't consider the fact
Okay.
that we needed to do a hearing every time we needed to make an edit.
Can I ask a
Right.
question?
No,
Can I ask a question? Are we looking for more members?
Yeah, so that was
yeah, we are.
pretty much our last line of business
Oh,
here is to
I
address.
was going to say, I wonder about Andrea.
I know, I kind of was chatting with her a little bit beforehand, and it was, sorry, somebody just came in the office. So I didn't bring up recruitment because I didn't want the conversation. I just wanted to stay focused with what her project was.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious.
We can certainly reach out to her, and you know, I have no issue doing that, reaching out to her to see if she'd be interested in joining. I know we had mentioned it during the hearing and she kind of laughed it off. But
Well, we also, I mean, would be dealing with a lawyer as well. So
That's what I
I
was
don't know
thinking.
how much legalese we wanted to get
Yeah, that's what I was thinking also, yeah.
So,
Well, regardless, I think it would be great I don't think JP's doing this anymore, so,
no, I don't think so.
and I know
historical-
Mark is overwhelmed with a lot. He's happy to be a member, but
Right.
it sounds like he has a lot on his plate right now, so.
Right.
It would definitely be good to get some extra help.
And there's somebody else in the district, like, Ann Dudley might be good. You know, she's in the historic district. I don't know if she wants to do it, but we could reach out. Chanel on Washington Street, you know. And we're sort of, this historical society is sort of reaching out to people as well, because we had discussed writing a book about all the homes that have been lost, all the historic homes that have been lost, and talking to people about their properties that are not in an historic district. So, I mean, that's, you can either put a preservation restriction on it, or, you know, put in a district, and it's probably a lot less difficult putting it in a district than it is putting a preservation restriction on it. But anyway.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
yeah. And by the way, I have your pen from the meeting we had. I should drop it off at your business.
What do you
I
have?
one of your,
Oh, my
well,
pen.
you left your pen.
Oh,
Yeah.
keep the pen. I have a million pens. That's fine.
Right.
We're above the Muffin House, so there's probably like 40 stairs to get up here. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. No.
Well, okay.
Just teasing. So, I think I'm just trying to think if there's anything that we're missing here. I think we kind of discussed the idea to expand, and Janice is going to bring that up at the commission.
Good.
meeting.
Good.
I think that's it for now, unless anybody can think of anything else.
I don't know. Do you want somebody to volunteer to reach out to people to fill in the vacancies for this commission?
Sure. Does anybody want to
Okay.
volunteer for that, or?
Yeah, I will do it.
Okay, great.
All right. See if we can do it.
That's
You
great.
have to. I'm known as the president of the Historical Society, and I'm not good at doing it. You have to delegate. Otherwise, you end up doing all of it yourself. Anyway.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that sounds good, Jane. I appreciate that. I feel like there's something else, but I don't think
Future meeting dates.
future meeting dates. There we go. All right, what do you think? 1 month or?
Well, it says we meet monthly, so that unless something comes up.
So we're 21, 28, 5. Just looking at this. Do you want, well, Columbus Day is the 12th, so,
Tuesdays are not good for Ruth. I know that.
you want to,
I think they are going to be, because of COVID. We're splitting our bowling group in two. And so I'm going to be with the 4:30 group, which means that I should be home around 6. I just found that out. So if you want to do Tuesday night, I think I'll be okay.
well, we could do, Tuesday the 13th, or we could do Monday the 19th. It's up to you. Anybody have a preference?
I don't care.
Which days are better for Dan? I forget. There's some days he can't do. Did you get a note from him?
Dan, I can't do the 13th. Also Tuesdays are the select board, he says.
Okay.
How about the 19th?
The 19th?
The 19th sounds good. Dan, can you do the 19th? I know you're texting, but yes, he said.
I know.
Good.
Yeah. And also Wednesdays usually are a good day, because I don't know any of the boards that meet on Wednesdays, so the Historical Society is choosing Wednesdays to meet.
Do you want to do Monday the 19th at 6:30? Does 6:30 work for everybody?
It works for me.
Yeah, well, sort of, but I feed
The
horses.
horses,
at
the
6:30,
horses
but-
don't like it, but,
No,
right,
the
Jane?
horses do not like it, but they'll have to adjust once a month, I guess, so, anyway. I don't like it because if their feeding is off, I have to walk them at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, good
Anyway.
grief.
Yeah, they colic, so.
Do you want to do it at 7, Jane?
No, I think Deb has a family, so I think it's, that they're more important than horses.
I mean, I
Right, Deb?
do enjoy my husband putting the kids to bed, but no, honestly, 6:30 does work better for me. So
Okay, that is fine. We'll do 6:30.
let's do the 19th at 6:30.
Okay,
All right. So that's
and I will
done.
contact people and see if anybody will.
Does anybody really quick, Janice? I know you had said that you'd be up for doing the minutes. Are you still okay with doing that, or?
I am doing them, but I
Okay.
don't like doing them, no.
Okay.
That was your question.
I mean, I'm taking notes. I guess I haven't
Well,
really typed them up or anything.
I mean, I have notes here. I haven't, for the 2 things. I haven't done it yet, though.
now, have you posted them? Because they should be posted on the town
No, we
website.
haven't posted them. They're
Yeah, I
bad.
don't know how to do that at this point, so.
If
Yeah.
it's okay. Honestly, and I have notes too, Janice. So if
But
technically,
you shouldn't be doing that, Deb. You're the chair. And you should
I know,
not
but
be.
it still helps me to.
Is it possible
Okay.
I'm a note taker
Okay, all right.
to retain information, but I also feel I don't have a lot of extra time, so I am definitely haven't typed any of them up.
Janice, would it be possible to send them to Dan and maybe he can post them?
Yep, when I type them up.
Well,
I just have
Yeah, she
scribbles
has to
right
type
now.
them. Right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, I mean,
I'll try to recruit somebody.
That's good. That's good. All right. So I guess if that's it, I say I move to adjourn this meeting. Is that the formal?
No, you asked somebody
Asked.
to
I move to adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
second.
All right. My third. Sounds good.
All right.
Was that you, Ruth, for the second?
Well, I did.
Yeah,
I
two of-
anyone else
Okay.
did.
Right.
And
And all
Dan,
those in favor?
yeah. Aye.
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 All righty.
Okay.
Dan says aye.
Okay. Well, I will get in there. I'm going to work it out with Dan because I don't know why I couldn't put on there. But
And
anyway. Well.
I'll probably have an email out to everybody about a week before the 19th with a with the meeting notice. So, all right.
Okay.
Okay, have a
right.
good night, everybody.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
too.
Thank you, everyone.
Too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.